Hello and welcome everybody to episode 126 of the Strength Hammer podcast with me, Chuck, and this guy Fit.
Yeah,
That's the
this
name on
guy.
the screen, I guess. Yeah, kidding. Alex, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Beautiful day. It's crisp. The snow's on the ground. It's sunny but gloomy at the same time.
I
It's
wish it was
beautiful.
sunnier. It was so cold last night.
Yeah, it is actually very cold.
I in
It's not fun cold anymore.
No, it's like I'm tired of it cold and like my furnace
Yeah.
has been running nonstop today.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
woke up and it was so far behind. It's like I can't keep up. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's actually like chilly in the house now. Like the some of the rooms, some of the further rooms don't get enough heat. So I like go into my bedroom. I'm like, ooh,
Yeah, exactly.
chilly in here.
It's okay. It's still winter. The groundhog was correct. So,
It's fair.
well,
How are you doing, Chuck?
uh, I'm nightmarishly busy at work, trying to solve home life problems and real life
Mhm.
problems and get some Warhammer time in. The Warhammer time I'm fitting in between everything, so I
You
can't
have to.
really complain. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you have to.
in the grand scheme of the world of things, I have a pretty great life. I'm pretty privileged
Okay.
that I'm just
Good
stressed
outlook.
out about being busy at work. I have a job that that's all I got to remind myself.
That's a good outlook. I like it. Very positive. It's easy to complain about being busy, but just the blessing of being busy is awesome.
Yeah, I think the struggle sometimes comes with the work end. And everybody has this that has a job. It's like I feel like I'm busy sometimes, and I'm like I'm busy doing stuff that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. So I have to take care of this, or someone's bugging me about this, and I'm just like I need like I won't lie. I work from home. I work remote. Um, there's times where I just book myself a meeting so people leave me alone for an hour.
Sure, sure.
That's the
Get stuff
secret.
done. No, that's smart.
Oh, anyway, but good otherwise.
Great. I like your mug.
Thank you, thank you. Shout out Taylor Swift. Hold on, do I still have her image up? I don't know. Is that the miscellaneous image or is it the meme? Oh,
I
it's the
hope
meme.
not.
It's the meme about
Okay,
High Elves
good.
releasing for the old world and me being excited, but it's still Taylor Swift related. Oh wait, no, I do have it
Everything is
right
Taylor
there.
Swift related.
I have it as its own thing. There we go. Yeah, there's Taylor Swift. All right, boom, got her up. Been a while. Been a while.
It's not been long enough. I think you know what? I don't even dislike Taylor Swift, but I think because of how much you love her, I have to bring it like tone it down and pretend like I don't like her, even though I'm very neutral about her.
You could just not be dumb about it and just enjoy what you enjoy and screw everybody else. I almost swore, but we're only 2.5 minutes into this podcast, and YouTube doesn't like that apparently, from what I hear.
um, sad.
Oh well. Yeah, just like what you like. Screw everybody else.
Absolutely.
Listen, there's always the couple things you got to remember. Why do you want to make everybody happy? You don't even like everybody. And also, never take critique from somebody you want to take advice from.
Hmm. That's a good one. I
Yeah,
don't know if I've heard that one
that's a good one.
before.
Yeah, well, it's true. And hey, and here's the thing: if you actually don't enjoy Taylor Swift, that's fine. It's
I'm
perfectly.
neutral about it.
Yeah,
It's fine.
neutral's fine too. Like I said,
Mhm.
there's things I'm neutral and don't care about. There's things I care about. It's like that for everybody out there. We all have different tastes. It's wonderful. It's magical.
Yeah, I remember one time sharing a song that I love working out to in the cars when we were driving from a Warhammer tournament, I think actually. And afterwards, you're like, "Yeah, it's all right."
Yeah, it was nothing to
And I
me.
was, I was, I was broken. I'm like, "This is so good."
Well, I still think one day we should have a lift session where we connect our headphones to the other person's audio tracks. We'll both
I
be
might just
miserable,
take
but
the
it'll be fun.
headphones off. I might just work out without music.
No. That's the point.
You have to.
You have
Okay.
to.
It can be a short workout.
Yeah, I mean 45 minutes. It's fine. We'll just
Okay.
do arms.
Or okay, okay. That's you know what. Now that you said that, it might be okay.
Yeah, yeah. Because at least you get a sick pump at the end. Well, I know we kind of briefly touched upon it with what you said earlier, but how's the lawn doing?
Well, it's great. Still under the snow.
Yep. It's good.
It's
But
not much
icy
happening.
snow. Yeah.
I see snow. I do really enjoy the fact that it's when you look, it's white outside. I just love that part of winter.
Yeah, it is pretty. I get tired of the white unless it's actually snowing.
Oh, really?
Like I really like seeing snow fall. Like I like rain, so I like snow falling too. So
That's fair. That's
that's my
fair.
favorite picturesque scene. Like I can't see more than 100 yards, but it's just like snowy and blizzardy. That's
Yeah,
what I
I
like.
like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah,
How's
okay.
your lawn?
Oh, my lawn. It's doing fine. It went from being drowned to frozen to snow covered.
Man, the weather's been crazy because we got a day like a week ago, I think, where it was actually warm outside,
Yeah, it was
like
nice.
with
Blue
50 or
sky.
something.
Yeah, I went out for a walk
Yeah.
that day. Um, yeah, yesterday, like so Monday, wife wasn't feeling too great, so I was like, okay, so just do a little home workout. And she's like, let's try for Tuesday. I'm like, okay, so I didn't do a hard workout Monday, just a little home workout. Then Tuesday was freezing, and she's like, I don't want to go out. I'm like, okay, so home workout again.
There we go.
Yeah, it's been a treat for that. But yeah, actually, and everybody out there, this is gonna be more of a rambly, I think, section for Alex and I. Just get caught up, say hi to everybody. But I guess let's talk about how the fitness is going. We're still
So,
on a
so
cut.
if you came for weather and lawn talk, you're in the right
You
place.
are, but now fitness. Now some fitness.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah, so we're still going through the cut with a group of guys. Was it Mike, Steve, your other friend? I remember his last name, and I don't want to say it. What's his first name?
It's okay. Jacob
Jacob.
and also Harrison joined us recently, but
Oh,
he's not
okay.
been as active in the comments. But I'll try to chat to him, see how he's doing.
It's good. I actually had a rough moment last week. It was like 9:30, and I was just starving.
Really?
And but what I did is I was like, I was gonna message something in the chat, be like, guys, I'm struggling. But every time I opened the chat, I just would reread the messages, and I was like, okay, I can do this. Like I didn't even need the message, just knowing that chat was there helped. I don't know
Mm,
what it was. Like I don't think it was even wasn't even like a weird day. I ate normally. It was all good. It just like something in me was just famished.
mm.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know.
wasn't
I
even
have I
leg
have
day.
those
It was weird.
mornings. I often have those mornings where I'll wake up and like half an hour in, I'll be like, man, I'm really hungry. But usually I don't eat till around 11:30. And but then usually I'll just get busy, like have, a couple sips of coffee, get busy, and then just forget about it.
Yeah, once you get coffee, yeah, the morning hunger never really bothers me. It's always that late night evening, um, which who knows.
Yeah.
It's good, but I decided to finally weigh myself. I'm down 5 pounds, which I'm happy about. Sitting at
Solid.
like 209, 210. I mean, really, like I'm my game was to get to around 205. So a couple months left. So like casually doing it's been nice. I
Yeah.
honestly haven't felt like I've been cutting, other than like a few random nights here and there.
Yeah, you're doing a very, very much like sustainability focus, still enjoying quality of life, but just making bit wiser choices sort of cut.
Yeah, and to be fair too, I'm not pushing as hard as like maybe like you and Mike and Steve might be. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, Mike is a beast.
Mike's a beast,
Mike
man.
is Mike has been great.
But yeah, and how's it going for you though?
Good, solid, very solid. It's funny because I'll have an what's been happening consistently is I'll have like one bad day
Sure.
where I'm like, man, I'm just extra hungry. I'm eating more. Maybe like I had a beer and then like late. No, it's usually not eating early in the morning, but eating later. Like this week or last week, I had a day where I ate late, and then you end up going on that kind of I don't want to call it a binge, but you just kind of snack, and then you maybe like read a book. Literally, there was a day where I snacked, I listened on to a Warhammer podcast, fell asleep, woke back up, realized I'm still hungry, had some more food, like I think I watched the battle report on YouTube, and then I like ate some more food, and it wasn't like awful. Like I had a couple cookies, but
Sure.
I had an off day, weighed myself, obviously gained a couple pounds because of water weight, and you're
Yeah.
gonna store more water weight if you eat carbs. And then a few days later, 3 days, I was back on a cut, consistent, steady, and I weighed myself today and actually hit a new low,
Mm-hmm.
which is great.
Yeah.
I'm actually sub 190 now. I am, so I should say below 190 today, which I haven't been below 190 in a long time,
Yeah.
probably like a year actually. So
I
pretty
think
cool.
I remember being in ninth grade and wrestling, and I wrestled at 185. Like that's what
Dang.
I was. I mean, I was fat before I did wrestling, so I went down that, and I was like 185. So yeah, so like being 210, like I put on weight over the years, but like muscle and stuff. So it's like actually interesting. Like yeah, like I, which is probably why I'm comfortable just being like around 200, a little over.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. It's interesting. I just realized that. I'm like, I wasn't a good at wrestling. I just did
Oh, sure.
it.
No, it's interesting. I've been really enjoying, the hardest thing is really just like slight hunger, but like I actually
Yeah.
been really enjoying every aspect of it. Like my sleep has been overall better, my energy's been overall pretty darn good. Um, the workouts have been fine, not pushing crazy numbers, but I'm still feeling strong. So it's been overall a pretty positive experience.
It's good. I have noticed since I'm more careful about what I eat and like I'm not eating as much over time that like this past Saturday we played a nice game of Warhammer, which I'll talk about more on the hobby side with Neil,
Sure.
but uh I had probably one or two more drinks than I usually would. I felt it a lot more. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, it's like
Yeah.
okay, but hey, it's more of a reminder too, like hey, just keep that in line. You're good.
Mhm. What's been one almost unexpected benefit is my skin has been clearer. So
Oh,
I
interesting.
do, yeah, I do tend to have like occasional outbreaks, nothing crazy.
Okay,
But I'm eating the same types of food. I'm not eating, anything different. I'm eating the same types of food that I usually would eat. But I think just because I'm eating less of it, my skin has been overall clear, which is
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Maybe check. Do you have like maybe like a slight gluten allergy? I don't know. Maybe.
maybe because
Yeah.
I'm just eating less in general. Yeah.
Yeah. Could be. Who knows? I've been blessed to not have. Um, I've been blessed with pretty clear skin all my life, so I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, that's nice.
It is. Yeah, it's makes life easier when you can just use diesel to wash your hair and it's clean and fine. Somehow it works.
Yeah. I mean, hair I don't have issues with, but the skin pretty often.
I mean, hey, like listen, I've been I enjoy a lot of content from folks over in Japan for their like content for video games and just walking
Hmm.
around seeing that beautiful country that I can't wait to get there one day. And the men over there have a pretty strong skincare routine, so maybe you should look into that because they have pretty clear skin over there.
That's true. Maybe I should look into like creams and whatnot they use for that.
Exactly. Hey,
That's just soap.
I'm not gonna judge. Not gonna judge.
No, no, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I will judge
Okay, yeah, I
secretly,
know you would.
secretly, privately.
uh,
um, but yeah, I'm well. That's like I said. Other than that, fitness like it just continues on. Like I'm enjoying working out with my wife still. It was fun with the home workouts this week. Actually touching a barbell. Boy, 225 on the bench felt heavy.
oh yeah, so you did it.
Yeah,
That's
well,
great.
yeah. My home workout is just gonna be it's more bar movements. But I was just like, all right, I'll just go to a weight that feels good and just do the rep range. Like I wasn't like focusing on it. I'm like, let's see what 225 feels like. I'm like, I could do it, but I'm like, that's heavier than I remember because I
Yeah,
haven't done it in a
well,
while.
you lost 5 pounds. You're in a deficit. You haven't done it for a while, so
Yeah, it's like
hey,
I could do it, but it's just like,
so
mentally I didn't like that.
you're going to get kick out of a program I'm doing right now. So it's actually shout out to my Patreon, FitHammer Patreon. It's a most recent program that I released, but it's also the one I'm currently doing. And it's a 5-day program, but the way it's designed, it basically took a 2-day upper lower program. So
Hmm.
4-day a week, you do upper lower, and it split it into shorter lower days and kept the upper days the same.
Okay,
So basically, the thinking is I hate legs. I despise doing legs, but I like going to the gym. So I'm doing 3 shorter leg days and 2 longer upper body days. So when I'm doing legs, I'm in and out, right? I'm doing like
maybe
a
put
few
your
sets.
cardio that day or something.
Yeah, I don't even want to do cardio. I just want to, like, when I do legs, I just get through it, right?
Hmm.
So like my leg workouts are literally like an hour or less, really short. But then for the arms, I'm there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So yeah, been enjoying that workout.
Okay,
Been working fun,
nice.
very very well for me because I go for a leg day, and before I even realize I'm already done with it.
Yeah. Oh, hey, fun. There you go. Was it like
I know it's not relatable for you because you like doing
I
legs,
yeah
but
I like legs. Although I tell you what though, it's funny because like I said, the bench felt heavy, but like the machine I do at chests right now are super light because like that's what I'm used to. Same thing with the legs. Like
sure,
I'm since I've been doing more machine work with especially the leg days, because wife and I do the same movements. It's just different weights, obviously. But like I'm maxing out the leg machines, and I'm just like
sure,
these these need to be heavier. Like I'm just doing more reps, obviously. But I'm like, but
right,
also like I wonder if like oh man, if I just did a squat right now, 315 would probably feel nightmarish. So which is normally still like
sure.
in the range of comfort for me. But
Yeah, I do wonder about that because sometimes I would take a break from a movement, but then I would supplement with machines, and I would get really strong with machines, and I'll go back to the movement and actually feel pretty strong.
yeah,
So
I'm
and
curious. I might try it this week sometime just to see. Like I said, it's more of the the physical load on the body, I think, is probably what makes it tougher than the actual. Like, I
Sure.
know I could move 315. That's super. That's
Absolutely.
lightweight. Um, yeah, it'd be like 330 when I'm starting to like, okay, gotta try a little bit here. But like,
Sure.
yeah, 315 won't be a problem. It's just like mentally feeling that on my back might be like, oh dear God, I
Just
forgot
not
about.
being used to the technique. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Bro, I've been having so many issues with low back lately. It's just like doing any RDLs. I think I just push myself too hard. Like I think I'm just trained way close to failure with like RDLs and deadlifts and those motions.
do you think
That
it's a muscle imbalance? Like maybe like your back muscles aren't as your posterior is not as strong as it needs to be for the weight that you could technically push, and you're incorporating too
maybe
much. That's
maybe because like I noticed if I train like within a one rep short of failure, so like if I did one rep, I would fail. Like on that last rep, I just trained it so much that and like my reps are clean up until that last rep, and then that last rep just blows it out. So maybe I just need to not train so close to failure with it.
you could always you're still squatting? Are you still doing barbell movements right now?
No, I actually because of that reason I switched primarily to machine work. So like hack squats, leg press, things of that
Well,
nature.
you could probably do it with a hack squat still. But you could always, if you're doing barbell squats, just do a wider stance squat because
Mm,
that way you incorporate more glutes and hams.
mhm.
And that might build up if you have a muscle imbalance, maybe build up
Yeah,
your posterior a
maybe.
little bit. That way,
Yeah, maybe.
you can stop being a little bitch about it. There it is.
Why do I say things? Why do I even bring things
I'm
up?
just building, 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 building.
It's like a man thing. Like you can't say nice things without a dig there somewhere.
I got to get somewhere.
Yeah, you got to somewhere.
Um,
But no, yeah. Eventually, my goal is honestly, I was thinking about after doing this cut, focusing on maintenance. So like maybe I'll gain a little bit of weight back from the water weight,
yeah, sure.
but after the cut, maybe just focusing like not so much on the mass, but more on the strength. Try and just get stronger with the big three.
I know that's what I'm going back for. Like that 500-pound deadlift, man. That's the rest of
This
the
year,
year. That's
this
the
year,
rest of
yeah,
the year. And then bench and squat will just be normal, like normal progression. But like I'm probably gonna be deadlifting twice a week.
yeah,
So we'll like and it's gonna be different ranges, different motions. Like but that working that muscle to grow it.
yeah.
Um,
That's what I'm thinking. It could be fun. We could do it together too.
you got to come out to my gym. You know how lazy I am.
Well, doing it together in the sense of we're doing a cut together right now.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair. Yeah. Well, so
yeah,
yeah, but like I like I'm ever since like I said the bench felt heavy. I'm like kind of like
yeah.
it's the opposite of you. Like I'm like, what if I just start pushing strength again? And whereas you start building strength and start getting a little like bulked, and you're just like, what if I lean out
The
and look
problem,
good
yeah.
again? Yeah. Where
I
the
just give up. I just really prefer bodybuilding style much more
yeah, oh
because I
sure,
think
yeah.
I just get more like I don't know, more of a boost from it. I just enjoy seeing those results.
You like all the
More
DMs from all the boys.
exactly.
Yeah, you
Honestly,
get that
that's
aesthetic out there on Instagram. And they just start hitting the bots start hitting you up.
yeah, absolutely. That's what I live for. Yeah.
All right, I promise that's the last dig.
That's not a Las Vegas. There's no
It's the
way.
last dig for this 18th minute of the podcast.
Okay, good, good. That's more like it.
But actually, real quick, you're gonna get a chance to dig at me and wave a flag of victory. But before we do
Oh,
that,
sure.
I want to shout out a nice video I just saw recently. It's a YouTube Warhammer content creator. He does not need a shout out from us. He's wildly more successful on the YouTube platform. Major Kill.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like I said, you love him or hate him. Like I enjoy his content. I enjoy his humor. But he put up a video probably about a week ago, time of recording. Essentially, he's like, "Am I natty or not?" And he just talks
Mm.
about his and it's Major Kill, so you kind of like going like, what's uh, what's gonna be the funny like his humor's gonna come out like all that.
Sure,
It
sure.
wasn't. It was just full honest. He's like, he did his one rep max on the three movements. He even said he's like,
Mm.
I don't squat, I don't really deadlift. He's like, the bench is the only thing I care about. Um, but he does like hack squats. He works out and he looks amazing. Like he's a jack dude. Like the thumbnail will show you. He's a jack dude. And but like he's doing the movements, and he's doing voiceovers, and he's just talking about it. He's talking about his fitness journey and what has helped him. And he also has his own company that they're starting, which is kind of neat because he went and got training on like he say he's open. He's not natty, but he's also
Mm.
like, here's why natty is a weird term anyway, because like, okay, so this dad who's taking
Sure.
TRT because he wants to have energy for his kids is no longer natty. Go fuck yourself. Like, he's very open and honest about that and like laying it out.
Sure, sure.
But like, he has, and like I said, I'll link to that video because it's a good little video if you're in the fitness space. But like, he does, like, the company does education on like peptides and different
That's
types
cool.
of steroids and things to help you, because that's the thing. Like he even said on there, he's just like, no, I'm not going to tell you what I am taking exactly because it's individual. You need to figure that out, like I did
Yeah.
through training and all that stuff. So I just really liked it. It was, it's funny that the Warhammer
Mm.
community of
It's
fitness
shifting,
people,
man.
well, it's shifting, but also we're the ones that can, like, yeah, we can talk about steroids because like we're not in the fitness space fully, like
Yeah,
so
and
we won't
those
get
steroids are,
ostracized by it.
yeah, the whole natural thing. Like people say that if
It's
you take
stupid.
peptides for healing, you're natural. That's dumb.
Okay,
The
listen,
only thing,
I if taking peptides will fix your fucked up knee, take them.
yeah,
I mean,
and the
do it
only,
through a safe and normal means. Obviously, don't just
sure, sure.
inject. But like, yeah, who ca like, if we have the tools to heal ourselves, go ahead.
Absolutely. No, the only time where natty or not matters is if you're competing, if you're making money from it,
Oh,
right?
sure, yeah,
If you are unnatural and you make money because people think you're natural and you're selling something, um, then you are a dirtbag,
sure,
right?
yeah. That's used car salesman stuff right there. That's not,
Exactly,
yeah, that's not
exactly.
good.
Yeah. But other than that, no, heck yeah, do
Yeah,
whatever you want. I mean, but also be completely honest about side effects, right? Peptides, pretty great,
yeah,
pretty awesome.
and to be fair, he talks about his small side effects that he's had. He said they're not major, but like, yeah, no, and that's the thing too. It's like, it's better if that education gets out there so people can know it and make it
And
common, as
not.
opposed to someone
Absolutely.
making the mistake and going in wrong and just ruining
Absolutely.
something. It's
Absolutely.
like I
Yeah.
said,
No, there's a
I'm still not planning on taking steroids
yeah.
or peptides or anything like that. But I'm not chasing that sort of stuff. But some people are,
Yeah.
and it's nice that there's folks like him out there doing a company to help with that.
That's cool. I'll have to watch that. I actually haven't watched that
I'll
video,
send you a
but
link after
I'll,
too. Yeah, it's short, but it's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
I really enjoyed it. And it's funny. Like it was it was less the character of Major Kill and more of just him as a person.
Sure. Just
Yeah, which was kind of like,
transparency.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, him just being him talking about it. But yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, I'll link it. He does not need a shout out from us though.
Sure. Sure.
He's gonna be like, who
Yeah.
the?
I would,
He'll see the tag and be like, what the hell are these guys? And I'm like,
who are you?
yeah,
That's funny. Now, I would consider peptides in the future, especially
yeah.
for healing,
Well, I mean, like,
any kind of injury.
yeah, I'm 38. Like, I'm sure probably TRT's probably in my future.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly, exactly.
why
Why
not?
wouldn't you take it
Yeah,
if like, especially if you,
haven't done blood tests in a while, so I don't know. I feel like they're fine, but maybe.
yeah, especially if you are doing everything right, like you're getting your sun, you're getting your sleep, you have a healthy diet, you have a healthy relationships and all that,
Hmm.
and your testosterone is low because you're older. Okay, go on TRT. That's great.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
We have friends who've done it. They had kids and all that, and like it's helped them immensely. So,
absolutely,
um,
absolutely.
yeah. Anyway, that's enough.
That's a cool shout out. I like it.
Yeah, no, it's good. As I said, I was like, I really enjoyed it. Um, but now it's time for you to wave and do some digs at me, because I don't know if you listened to the second half of the podcast last week. Um, but I was talking about,
No, no, I did not.
I
With
was
Neil?
talking, yeah, I was talking with Neil about our little mid, like, it's not like we're throwing it out there, but it's like little mini
Sure,
competition,
sure.
motivate each other. If like, can I paint my lizardman army before you finish your army? It's like 800 points versus 2,000. Let's go. And I was feeling good because, like, I mean, I made huge progress in like
You
a couple
did.
days.
You
And
did.
like, I was joking with Neil, and I even said to Neil, I'm like, man, if you're gonna take a shot at God, don't miss. And guess what? Alex didn't miss.
Did not miss. I don't miss, son.
No.
You're
Yeah.
in my house now.
Let me get up this lovely image. Boom, 800 points of goblins and some trolls, all
Mhm.
painted up. So you have a full 2,000 point orcs and goblins army essentially
Right on.
for Old
Yeah,
World, which is fantastic.
yeah. And it was completely motivated by you because 1,200 points was for your Tyrathi event,
Hmm.
and then the 800 points were just motivated for our little challenge.
Yeah, well, to be fair, so I have your stuff up on screen right now, but if it wasn't for that little challenge, I'd probably still be mostly primed and not done with my lizardmen. Like, I'm a day or two away.
Yeah, you just have like what flocking left, right?
No, I have I just did two more characters today. I have the
Okay.
two big monsters and a unit of 15 Cold One riders to get the gold and the wash on,
Hmm.
and then
Okay.
it's flocking. But like literally, like that's by the end of this week, I should be good to go.
Right. It'll be exciting because it'll be fun to play my fully painted 2K versus yours fully painted 2K with our new 2025 armies.
Yes, exactly. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, congratulations. I love
Thank
it.
you.
The army looks great. No doubt you're a
You know what you
fantastic
should
painter.
do is just to spite me, like your art, like saying your army is better than mine. Just paint all the eyes
I did.
because I did not paint any
Oh,
eyes.
yeah, all my eyes are already painted. They're painted black
Oh,
though.
nice.
They're lizards, so
Okay.
they're flat black. I don't want to say
Sure. Sure.
they're top tier.
Right. 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 That's fair.
Um,
Yeah, but it was fun. I did stay up late one night, and I did have to skip a workout to get
that's
it
right.
done.
That's
So
right. I haven't told him, but since he's listening to this podcast, Mr. Cavill, Alex skipped a workout. So please call him on the phone and let him know how disappointed you are.
I'm so sorry. I failed you.
Now, you know, he's probably be like, "Oh, cool, we got a painted army. That's fantastic." Yeah, one workout. Who cares? You're fine.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, good for you, bro.
Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah. So we got
Have a good time.
armies going on, all that great stuff. I got lots of hobby in too. I'll save it for the Neil talk. Uh, but most importantly, this past weekend was the pre-order for High Elves.
Sure, sure. Uh,
Boy,
yeah, not as much. Not, they haven't released as much as I thought they would.
I
Like the range
there
is
was going to
pretty
be two.
small.
They said there was going to be two waves.
Okay,
So the second wave will be like the Phoenix Guard stuff, probably the Sisters of Avalorn.
sure.
Obviously Shadow Warriors. I'm trying to think. I think that might be, and then lots of made to order. They said too, like old stuff.
Right, right.
Yeah, but we're getting the whole high elf range back, which is great, and then
Yeah,
some.
yeah. I'm interested to see if they bring like if they do what they did with like Orcs and Goblins and Empire, and they'll bring some like really OG like fifth, sixth, seventh edition model.
They said fifth, sixth, seventh models,
Nice.
metal ones coming back, and then they said including one that I think was from Warhammer Quest, like a
Oh,
really
okay.
old one.
That's cool. All right,
Yeah,
I'm excited for that. That's something I actually might purchase.
yeah. There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna go in like high elves. I knew were gonna be expensive for me. I've resisted. I almost bought the Sword Masters just to get the new command unit models.
So silly.
Well, the
So
thing
how
is,
many
it's
promotions
like
do you have? You have like what 60 of them?
50 or 60, something like that.
Yeah.
No, I have 60. I have 60. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I have 40 on old bases, 20 new. Um,
Right.
but and then I still might do this. Get some White Lions so I can convert the Tracy and Woodsman.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But if I get any of this stuff, honestly, I'm probably gonna buy it and then go to like like Luke. He's one of the high elf members and be like, hey,
Sure.
here you go. He'll be like, how
Here's the
much you
rest.
want? I'm like, I don't know, $5. Just take it, get
Right.
rid of it.
Right.
Um, so they'll all go to a good home at least if I decide to do that. Um, I'm trying to think what else I need. Like I might buy more Shadow Warrior. No, I have 20. I don't know if I need more Shadow Warriors.
I don't think you need more than 20. No.
I do because I just have that's my smallest unit right now in my collection. Everything else has like at least 40.
You don't. Okay. Sure, Chuck. Go
Yeah,
for
sure.
it. That makes sense.
I am going to buy a another Phoenix.
Okay.
Mostly because I want to paint it up to be an Arcane Phoenix, which was a never
Oh.
released
Okay.
model, maybe never sculpted model, but yeah,
That's cool.
were you looking at anything during this release? I know you're more of an Orcs and Goblin player. It seems like this edition, but
No, I looked at everything they released so far, and now besides the dragon, I wasn't particularly interested in anything. So I'll probably pick up a dragon at some point.
that's fair. Yeah, you don't have a dragon yet, do you?
No, I don't have a dragon. No, my I was looking at the points, and I only have about 3,000 points of Hiles, so it's not a ton.
It's enough for an event.
Oh, it's definitely enough to like make a list and have fun with it.
Yeah. Well, it depends on.
Need a dragon.
The local meta's not too intense right now.
Oh yeah, no. If I'm playing you, I'm gonna bring in fun.
Well, if you just say like, "Hey, I'm not,"
narrative.
I know you're not bringing a dragon, so I'm not going to bring a dragon.
Yeah, just don't bring a dragon. That's basically like do whatever you want, just don't bring a dragon.
Yeah, I say it's good. Well, I went ham. Thank God I got a discount for doing GW's work for the U.S. Opens. But anyway, yeah, I got the Merworm. I got the new.
Oh,
I got
that's
the
cool. Yeah.
Handmaiden and metal. Uh, shoot, actually, I'll review it on with Neil. I have pictures of it, but yeah, like obviously, I've
Yeah.
got almost everything.
I'm excited for the Merworm. That's a fun addition to. I mean, we've never seen any kind of like a monster of that kind with high elves before. It's almost like analogous to something like Hydra with dark elves. You get like a big scary monster, but now you have one with high elves.
Yeah, I like how they wrote it in. Like it's like, oh, it's a cousin of a dragon.
Sure,
To be fair, you'll see it whenever I field it because I think it's neat, and I'll run the sea guard army.
sure.
But you're not gonna see that too much in the competitive scene. The more I keep looking at that, I'm like, that's
Which who cares?
yeah,
Like old world, honestly, it's like 30K. Like who plays 30K competitively?
yeah. If I go to one, like, yeah, I'll bring the right list at that point. But like, I'm not
Sure,
stressed about it.
sure.
I just like the
Yeah,
game.
yeah. It's like us playing our lizardmen versus goblins, and like this unit sucks. It makes no sense to bring it. All right, let's bring it anyway.
Exactly. Well, it's completely different. And then we play Sigmar, and I'm just like, oh, I have to play Alex and Sigmar. He's gonna just demolish me because he's gonna be like,
Well, I have not played Sigmar in this edition at all yet,
I haven't
so
played
we'll
enough
see.
to know either. That's true. That's true. Okay,
Yeah.
well let's keep it low so we can stay on even terms. Because as soon as you play 10 games, you're gonna be an expert again. I don't know. You
Maybe.
just click with Sigmar. It's fun.
For some reason, I mean, I do okay.
Gotcha. But yeah. Other than that, trying to think. I got some games going on this tonight at club night after time of recording. But you have some fun coming up ahead of you, which is probably why
Very
you're
much
more
so.
relaxed than me. Because I'm going right back to work after this lunch break, and
Yeah.
you
Today is a low caffeine day, like literally, because okay, so here's what's happening. I'm going tomorrow. I'm leaving to go to Mini Wargaming Bunker
mhm,
in Canada.
up in Welland,
Our
Ontario.
mutual, it's right, and our mutual friend Ben Mudge
Hmm. More
has
Warhammer.
invited both of us actually. More Warhammer, yep. Invited both of us to come down. Unfortunately, Chuck can't make it, but I can. And we are going to just play Warhammer. And he is a fellow fitness enthusiast,
Hmm.
so we're going to be
He's
lifting as well.
he's been on this podcast before. It was a good interview.
Oh yeah, great,
Yeah,
great, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. He's due for a comeback.
he is. He is actually. We're trying to figure that out, but
Yeah, and yeah, I'm very excited. He's actually gonna be teaching me Age of Sigmar this edition because I've not
he's
played at
played. Yeah,
all.
he's played more than both of us combined. It's crazy.
Absolutely, yeah. He's been all about AOS recently, and I'll be teaching him Old World. So I'm actually bringing two armies for us to play. And that's what I was doing yesterday. I finished up converting all the new bases for some of my high elves, so they're all done now.
Which actually, it didn't click to me that would be your motivator to get that army done. I was like,
All right,
that's why I was like,
absolutely,
it surprised me. Like, oh, he's done. Like, oh, that makes sense. He needs it for
yeah,
the thing that I completely, yeah,
yeah. So it's funny because now I have 2,000 points of high elves in Old World now, which is pretty
nice.
cool.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, yeah. It's very fun. And yeah, so today is a low caffeine day because I'm trying to go to bed by 8 p.m. so I can wake up at 2 in the morning and leave there to go there early.
That's fun. I just had my third cup because it's game night at the club, so I won't be going to sleep till at least 1 a.m.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair.
It's exact opposite. There's a it's unlikely because I get old and tired, but like there's a small chance that we're doing like the car meme, like I'm going to bed while you're waking up. Granted, we don't live in the same house, so we're
That'll
not gonna
be
see each other, but
that's hilarious. You should maybe if you're still awake by 2 a.m., you should just text me and be like, "Hey, you better be awake to go to Canada."
that's true. I'm just like, Alex, get up, go
You
to
should do that.
Canada. Yeah, I'm excited. One, that Ben gets to go out there, maybe hang out with Dave, which I'd love.
Yeah,
I
he
should I
is.
should see
He
if
is.
Dave wants to get on this podcast. I love Dave so much.
Yeah, Dave was great.
Just to chat with him. But yeah, mini wargaming Dave. So they're out there playing games. They're already playing games. They played one. They played a Sigmar game yesterday. If you follow the Instagram.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I'm jealous I can't make it. But yeah, with life right now, it's like I got to focus on work for a while, and I need more than like a couple weeks to figure out time off. Sadly.
Yeah, no, it was a pretty close call as far as the
It's
notice goes.
it's fine,
Yeah,
but I can't wait to see all the pictures. I can't wait for the time when you're up there and like you call me and I can chat with him and just say
yeah,
hi. Are you
yeah. It'll be
Android? Are
awesome.
you Android or are you iPhone?
I am iPhone,
Darn it, we can't
so
FaceTime. Got it.
we can do WhatsApp.
That's true. It's true. We can
Simple as
use
that.
every other app out there to play nice with each other, or even
Or like
Messenger. Yeah.
Messenger or Instagram
God, I'm dumb.
video.
I'm dumb.
It's okay. I'll
Um,
send you mail. I'll send you
yeah,
mail
just
from
handwrite
Canada.
mail.
Yeah,
Yeah, perfect.
yeah, handwrite with Ben and I said.
Ben sends his regards.
Yes, yes.
And Ben's friend who's up there with him is it Calum.
Callum, yeah,
Callum,
Callum.
Callum.
Yeah,
Yeah, so shout out to Callum too. But I look forward to all the fun you're gonna have. I will be jealous, but I will also be having my own fun down here, and I will be finishing my army
right.
for a battle before you do some other fun stuff, which we'll talk about later.
That's right. It's going to be a good time. I'm very excited. I'm as the time got closer and closer to leave, I get more and more excited.
Oh, I
So
can. Yeah, I would be
it's
like
going
if
to be a great time.
I'd be so thrilled if I was
Like
doing that.
yesterday, I actually it was a gift from you. I pulled the old eighth edition, the big old thick eighth edition fantasy book,
Oh yeah,
and I was just flipping for like scenarios to like see figure out what we can do for the old
you
world.
if you want to, obviously our friends over at Square Base, they or it might be on the TSN Arena Rob's thing. He has packs and like layouts and stuff if you want to do something like
Sweet,
that. To be
sweet.
fair, every time we played, just put stuff down, make it look cool. You don't even need a scenario. Like running at each other is enough in this game to me. To me,
Right, right. That's what we're gonna do for the first game. If we get a second game, I might like pick more of like a fun scenario, like
sure.
Watchtower or something like that.
That yeah. Oh, I love Watchtower. Well, there is a Watchtower like scenario. It's a little bit better actually. Well,
What is it?
it's the rules are not as you just need to be near the tower.
Okay.
This it's like it doesn't have to be a tower, just like a center objective type thing.
Right. A
I
little bit
like the
different.
tower because I'm gonna put a beast in there and you got to come get it, and that's more fun to me. But anyway,
I agree.
I'm trying to think what else chat about here because yeah, you're gonna do that. It's gonna be fantastic. I'll be finishing my Lisbon army before this
Right.
weekend, before you get
Yeah.
back.
Next week, hopefully, we can get a game in with our lizardmen, your lizardmen, and my goblins.
Yeah, that's gonna be super fun. Um, yeah, no, I mean it's awesome. I hope you have a good time. I look forward to the full report next week.
Absolutely, I guarantee it's going to be a great time. I can't wait. I'm honestly sad. I'm only going to be there for a total of maybe a day and a half, technically.
Yeah.
Um, I'm planning to sleep very little, so and get as many games as we can in. I'm bringing a whole pack of like 12 monsters with me.
Oh geez. Well, you got Timmy Hortons up there. What are you doing?
Well, it's both. We're doing both.
Oh,
Don't worry.
oh, actually, a shout out to this too. Check out Val Heffinger over on the Facebook because he put up there's gonna be an event he's running like a 2-day event in April that
Oh,
up in Ontario. So it's about a little bit past where you're going. That
huh.
might be within the realm of possibility. So maybe I'll grab a link
That's
if I can
cool.
remember to grab a link and put it down there. But check it out.
Yeah, because Val and Rob both do competitive
Yeah, it would
warfare.
definitely be a competitive style tournament, but like here's the thing, like
Sure,
even the
sure.
competitive style tournaments, I don't feel are very competitive right now. It's just
Okay.
like,
Are
did you
you
bring a dragon? Did you bring the tools? But like it's not
Sure.
like top tables and 40K and you're like,
Right,
"Oh god, here we
right.
go."
No, it's still a fun competitive event. Are
Yes.
you going or no?
I'm considering it. Yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay.
That's far enough out that I could possibly do
Well,
that.
for those listening without video, I just gave Chuck a side eye like
Maybe. Maybe.
if you go, I'll go.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right, but we'll leave it all there. Alex, good luck, safe journeys.
Thank you. It's
Look
gonna be
forward to
great.
look forward to the full report, and I look forward to bugging you through calls and stuff while you're up there with
Yeah.
Ben.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited. So it's gonna be a great time. I'm honestly gonna I think I'm gonna struggle going to bed today because I'm getting so excited for the event or for the time there.
You'll survive. You'll get through it.
I'll be good.
Just remember, whenever you go up to go through the checkpoint, make sure you pull close enough. Last time when
Yeah,
we went up for the old
last
world
time I
event.
was like 5 foot away.
Like yeah, we're sitting there in the Canadian patrol sitting there, and Alex pulls up, and I'm like, hey, and like he just pulled nowhere near. Like
Way
he's
too close. To be fair, there's like a curb right there, so I didn't want to like pull up too
it's a
close to the
curb, so
curb.
you angle up so you can
Yeah,
reach
yeah.
up easier,
I
and
did
his life is
not
easier.
recognize that.
And
Yeah.
and
I thought I don't want to pull up on somebody's curb, but the curb was there
the
for me
curb
to
was
pull
there
up
for
on.
that reason, which is funny.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
remember him just sitting there going like, or you're like, because like oh it's a border crossing. It's like, am I allowed to get out? And the guy's just like, well, you can't hand me a passport
We're
unless you
good.
do, because like he's not getting out. He's warm.
Yeah. I'm gonna be dreading that the whole drive there and like I need to go on the curb. I need to go on the curb.
You can do it. You can do it. But anyway,
I'll be fine.
yeah.
I'll be
All right. Well, have
fine.
fun. Enjoy
Thank
yourself.
you.
We'll catch you next week. And for the rest of you, I'll see you on the other side with Neil when we're talking a lot of high elf stuff. Hello, everybody, and welcome back the Strength Hammer. A second half of the show. Normally, you'd probably be expecting to see Neil Laraka, the most handsome man in Warhammer, right above or below me. Depends on how uh, Google Google Meet works with that. But unfortunately, the illness, the Nurgle's rot that I mentioned in the little community post, is still taking hold. So Neil's still got to take care of all of that as well as the family. Sorry, as I get a little drink here. Little post work cocktail as I record. But yeah, unfortunately Neil is out. So hi Neil, because I know you'll probably listen back. But I do have some stuff to talk about from Neil tonight. A little hobby. But yeah, but because of the slight change here with Neil having to bow out this week, we're gonna talk a lot about like hobby and news and just general things like that. There's actually a lot to catch up on that kind of dropped recently, especially today. I'm recording this on Friday, a little day late, but yeah, there's a lot to talk about. The original plan, which is what we'll do next week, is Neil and I are going to run through our Trace and our Seaguard, Seaguard garrison lists, and have some fun with that. So lots of list building, lots of High Elf chat coming up. There'll still be High Elf chat in this one, but it'll be slightly less focused on High Elf chat. But for now, let's just dive right in. Let's start with the hobby. Well, I guess I should say lawn talk. Still covered in snow. All doing good out there. All right. And I apologize too. I apologize in advance if you're listening to this. Last week, I finally started putting timestamps in based upon request. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to remember to do it this time because of the solo aspect. It's kind of hard to take notes and, I'll probably get on a flow and might ramble a little bit, much like me and Alex were. So, sorry, that said, now let's jump over to some hobby time. So first up is this lovely gal from Neil. Neil is the 3D printing legend, and he's not going to quit just because there's new beautiful models out. I can't remember if he said on the talks before, but he's not the biggest fan of the Isha Vess model that was released by Games Workshop, so he decided to go to Hero Forge and make his own. I have to say, this is a pretty close interpretation for sure, using non-GWIP type stuff to make something look like a GWIP thing. So this is obviously he printed it, or not printed, he created it, posed it, bought the STL, downloaded it, and he's printing it probably right now. So I can't wait to see what this model looks like in person. Can't wait to see what it looks like painted. And I look forward to just what else he comes with. Like what Neil, if you're out there listening, make a Tracy and Hunter one. Like let's go. Let's figure it out. All right. Now we bid Neil adieu because that's the only hobby I have for him as he rests. But let's take a look at some of my hobby. So on my paint desk right now, and I did just finish priming these. And sorry for the audio listeners, I'll try and talk through it, but there's a lot of pictures going on this episode. As we'll see in a second, I finished up my current project, so I've already started my next project, which was the Auric Warclans, Endless Spells, and Terrain Piece. Despite the fact that these models are absolutely gorgeous, I'm still not a fan of their use in the game currently, but that said, I have the army at a small 1,000 points, so why not have these? And it's a fun little project. Honestly, it might be a weekend project. I had 3-4 days, get these knocked out, and put with the army, and then figure out what's next as I wait my High Elf pre-order. But like I said, the goal right now, clear off as much as my small backlog as possible to be ready for all the High Elf love that's about to hit me. All right, so next up, we have my completed Lizardman army. That's right. We did it. We as a recorded with Alex a few days ago. I was still working on it, but I was able to knock it out in the last couple days since Neil needed to rest yesterday. Before we knew he couldn't make it today. I used the time wisely to finish the army. So it is based to match my current old world armies. It is on the old style basis for this army technically. Since it's a legacy army, and also that's the basis I had around. that's the route I went with. So super happy with how this army turned out. It was a fun project to do. And to be fair, this is a little over 2,000 points. I might be able to get close to 2,400 with all the stuff I have here. That said, what I am most happy to say here is I have a good basis to add on to this army. You know, in the current old world meta, skinks are very dominant because they're the skirmish faction, skirmish units, I should say. And of course, there's two skinks in here, one on the Troglodon and one just a caster skink. But yeah, what makes me very happy is this is the solid baseline to grow from here. I want to add the skink unit, sure. Honestly, probably the hardest thing I'd want to add in here is like maybe some temple guard. You know, I could add some Croxagore. You know, this wasn't built to be a competitive army either. So this was built because I found a couple start collecting boxes at the old $80 price at my FLGS for Seraphon. So I picked them both up, and you know, outside of that, had to pick up the new Underworld's warband to supplement a few things, and boom, here we go, an army for less than $250 retail. Like, yes, please. It's an amazing deal, so I couldn't pass it up. Fun little side project. Happy to get it done. Looking forward to my first game with it painted. I have enjoyed playing with it. It's a very simple army with the way it's built right now. With the games I've gotten in, but I'm looking forward to seeing how it does on the table now that it's fully painted. I did pick up a fresh set of the generic old world dice to be this army's dice for it. So a little close-ups here. So here's the the mighty hero, Scarvet. Got the not the best picture, sorry. Of all the Cold One riders, probably the hardest unit to do. There's just so much going on here. I mean, I love how bright it is, but yeah, they were probably the most challenging part of the whole painting process. Of course, the just Saurus warriors, love them. You know, I'm probably running these 10 with the just the hand weapon shields. I might run them as the Saurus guard if I want to, like maybe find a way to gussy them up a little bit, little kit bashing on top of it, like you know, extra accoutrements. Yeah, love them. Of course, my little custom custom hero on top, riding my Cold One here. So he was kind of fun, a fun little kit bash, using all the bits here. Troglodon, probably one of my favorite models in the range. I just love it. I love the concept of it. The blind monster that runs around spitting, and you can cast through him and all that fun stuff. Shout out to Evil Bob Chica from my club, who gave me the idea to add these stripes to break up this green, because I love the green coloring down to here. If you can see my mouse, it's kind of small, but the top portion, the green just looked too painted, and he's just at the stripes, and yeah, it really just turned the corner of this, and I love this model. It's bright, and if it's bright enough, it draws the focus. People want to shoot that instead of my Carnosaur. That's good too. Here's just one of my little kit bashed heroes. That's the main guy from the new Underworld's warband. He's my BSB. Cut off a little bit up here, but you know, just a big old boy carrying a big old banner. Then just an extra, like I said, another one of those warriors here. This is actually, sorry, this is just a old Scar veteran on foot, I think. Still learning terminology for this army. So yeah, got him done. And then, of course, gifted me from our friend of the show who's been on here, been a while, but maybe we'll get him back one day, Dave Roke, who painted this old Croak model. And there at the bottom is my little old test scheme that I was originally going to paint this whole army, the classic scheme. I am glad I went with the other style, but I'm not going to not use a model. So since he's blue and the skinks are blue, I figured they're the ones that always would tend the relic priest here, because I'm not going to run him as Croak. Obviously, Croak doesn't exist in this rule set, even though he exists in the setting. So he's just a relic priest for me, at least until they release Croak rules, and I'm in. All right, so that's the biggest news of hobby, and I'm very excited for it. Thrilled. Can't wait to get a game in with it. Probably will in a week or so with Alex, since he finished up all those orcs or the goblins before me. We'll get a game in, and we'll have a nice little battle report for you, maybe next episode. So also recently, some hobby purchases. This arrived. I ordered a while ago. The End Times Doom of the Old World. So I've completed my Chronicles of the End Times, I believe. I should double check it, but I think I have everything, all three of the omnibuses. Super excited to have it. I regretted not picking up so long ago, and I'm happy that I was able to find them at a fairly reasonable cost. I do have them on my list to read soon. I'm currently still going through Double Eagle. After that, will actually be his next book that just arrived today, Vermin Slayer, the latest Gotrek book. And then I also have the Mal's Darkblade books, which I might read those before the End Time books, just for some fun. But yeah, I have plenty to read, and I've been very bad at reading lately. So hopefully, getting that habit going again. Usually Gotrek books will get me in there, but I want to get through Double Eagle first. But yes, I'm excited for this Gotrek book because in the last one with the new character, I can't remember her name. She was so annoying. Didn't enjoy her. um, yeah, woe's me, Mary Sue, all that sort of stuff. I was like, it's like I missed Malineth real hard too. That's the other problem. But gotta allow for character growth. Gotta give them chances to see where they can improve. So I'm excited to see what happens here. To dive in, give it a chance, let the character grow on me. Hopefully she evolves too. It'll be good times. So yeah, looking forward to this one. Plus Kilnscape. It's got right Kilnscape. Nothing wrong with that. All right, and outside of that hobby, last hobby here is a um, mega old world battle that kind of happened out of nowhere. So last Friday, and we talked about this with Alex too. So last Friday, uh, Alex was coming over since he was going up to see our good friend Ben. He's going to take some old world, and he knows how to play his orcs and goblins. It was a little rusty on his high elves. So he's bringing high elves, and I was like, I'll bring high elves. We'll do a little mirror match. That was the plan. Then other people showed up, including Luke on the other side, who has high elves. We had Tom, Quentin with dark elves, and then Brad, who had orcs and goblins. It was close enough. So we decided to just do a mega battle. Had a great time. Luke really held that right flank against Brad. I didn't really interact with Brad at all as far as like the game mechanics go. Um, Me and Quentin were fighting in the center, and Tom and Alex on the left flank there. Tom was really pushing up against Alex. Quentin and I were really back and forth. We had some good things going. I'm going to claim victory just because where we were at, he was going to ignore me and just go crush Alex, and I had done enough work to him that I felt satisfied. Um, so I added a couple trophies here to this, and also Tom didn't want to continue playing, so I took victory over him too. That's how you do. I didn't take victory over Brad because I didn't interact with him at all. So little poke at Tom here. But so yeah, some trophies on the bases. So this little Dark Rider head represent Tom's army here on my White Lion base, even though they didn't interact at all. Just fun for me, and get him a little antagonized to come get some more games in. And also on my Dragon, which soloed an entire Witch Elf block. Got a little Canet symbol there at the bottom as a trophy. And I want to say too, yeah, if you're out there, like I said, I'm so sad I didn't keep up with it when I did switch to Daughters of Cain in Age of Sigmar. But you know, I'm back to it now, but I haven't won a game with fourth editions, so can't do it. But I would recommend to better than tracking your win-loss score because that gets a little bit monotonous and you get a little too deep in the weeds. Just take a trophy from a game you win, like a little something, like get it yourself. Ask them if they have an extra one. Put a little orc head on the bottom. Put a little ogre weapon on the back of somebody because you remember the good stuff. Then you don't really care about the bad as much. It's a fun little reminder. It personalizes your models even further. It's been a great thing to do. I would say the only time I've ever added a trophy was when I was at the first ever Square Base GT up in Mini Wargaming's bunker, the F bunker, as it is so rightfully called. I had a great game. It was a dead draw against the Bretonnian player with my High Elves, and I didn't take a trophy, but I painted on a little grail on the inside of cloak on one of my Sisters of Avalorn as kind of like an embroidery respect because it was such a good game. But yeah, like little things like that can really just make your army become more your own. So definitely recommend that. So boom, let's close that out and bring it back to me. Yeah, so that's 15 minutes of hobbying. I'm going fairly quick. I'm trying to slow down, but yeah, I've had a great time with Warhammer. Got the White Dwarf to read here. Oh, you know what? Did forget one thing to show off here. Let's see if I can't bring it up real quick as I'm chatting. So this past week was pre-orders. for Warhammer: The Old World High Elves. So I want to show off all the goodness I got. So boom, it's back. Okay, good. It worked. Let's start over here though. Yeah, so with the pre-orders out, like I said I told you I was gonna go a little ham. Um, but yeah, I picked up the High Elf reference cards, the Loaded Trace, Illyrian Reavers because I just love Illyrian. I'm gonna do some kit bashing with them too. The transfer sheets, which I don't know how much I'm going to use because I also have a bunch of the old transfers. Um, so yeah, there's that. Obviously, got to buy the High Elf Realms dice set. It's not my favorite set of dice, but they're High Elves. I'm gonna buy it. Also snagged the Lord of Dragon. Of course, the Merworm. I'm happy to have my boy here. A Great Eagle because I had the old one of I had one of the ones, but it's the janky looking one. So I was like, okay, now I'll have two. This one will look pretty good. Grab myself each vest, obviously the Arcane Journal, and then a Handmaiden of the Everqueen. So in metal, because man, I love it. So yeah, so there. That's the fun of what I bought. I removed the prices out of respect, but feel free to calculate it up because yeah, remember I get a discount. But it's it was a costly weekend, and then there's gonna be another one coming up, and then the made to order. I still might. Honestly, I probably will. And I say I'm doing this by the way, in a state in a place of financial stability that I've planned for this. This is not taxing me in any way. I made sure I budgeted for it, so I'm doing it smartly. Not doing it the American, just put it on credit and forget about it type thing. But I'm probably gonna buy Sword Masters. I don't need more, but I want that new command set, so I'll probably buy that, keep 10, give the rest away to one of the high elf folks I know that needs them. And I'm gonna buy some white lions to convert into Tracy and Woodsman. Like I said, probably only like maybe 10, and like I said, maybe give the rest of the white lions to another high elf player in need locally. And also, hey, I'm doing a trade with a good friend, Martin Orlando. Which I don't know if I've ever had him on the show. Can't remember. I think I have, but if not, we need to get Martin on the show here. He's another high elf fanatic and an amazing painter and a good friend. And but he found a cool conversion for death that involved an avatar of Cain. So he messaged me, your boy, who has too much Cain stuff as well as high elf stuff. I was like, yeah, I actually have an avatar of Cain on sprue, and he's willing to trade. He has some extra white lions, so that way I can do the little lion. I'll still probably buy a chariot because I want the new Tyrannok chariot, and I'll have extra white lions. But it'd be nice to have a nice unit of 4 tunes of 2 of those white lions coming up. But yeah, with that, let's jump over to some news. And by the way, bro, this might be a shorter show. One, because it's just me rambling at you. If anyone asks questions to or slow down, but I hope you enjoy it nonetheless. But yeah, so if it's a shorter show, sorry. But we're gonna look at some news actions going on here. So first things first. Boom. The Motley Crude podcast is back with more spoilers about the Arcane Journal. Wood Elves? What? As it says here, I think this was a bucket of salt, but previous rumors from them turned to be mostly true with the High Elf leaks. So let's take a look. And oh yeah, this was all important too. I should have brought a picture of this up. We have seen, much like we saw Core Hill leak early in the Old World packaging, we have seen some Wood Elf heroes in packaging leak out on eBay again. So shout out to whoever's getting that as early as they do. I don't know what's going on there, but good luck. But yeah, but that said, Wood Elves are probably not as far away as we're thinking, or might be worried about. So that said, let's check out some of these rumors. It's not as robust as the last time, but hey, for what it is. And also check out the Motley Crude podcast. I've listened to them on occasion. I should probably listen to a little more, but hey, it is what it is. All right, so we got 2 armies of infamy. That makes sense. Going to be the Wild Hunt and Lorelorn themed. Okay. Wild Hunt will be led by returning Orion. Extremely powerful close combat. Army Infamy will also be close combat focused. Okay. That makes sense. Where you get the Wildwood Rangers, get the heroes, Shadow or War Dancers, I'm sorry. War Dancers. I guess the trees would be melee focused, potentially. All right, second's going to be the army of infamy centered around Aeonir, who inhabited Lower Lorne Forest in the northern fringes of the Wasteland, Westerland, just west of Middenheim. Marked on the Old World map, which we'll talk about here next. So, let's see. Side note, he was described in 4th edition, Archives of the Empire volume, even a relevant, albeit passing mention of him, Ghost Striders. He helped repel the incursion of chaos by Teclis, who helped him watch over the Imperial College's magic. Okay, so he's actually a kind of pivotal character within the scope of this setting with where we're at right now. Let's see. Separate Kingdom and then the War of the Beard. Seed from Ulthuan, much less isolationist. Okay, blah, 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 blah. The army would be centered around traditional elven skirmishing archetypes. That would be scary to see their core with those bows being skirmish, but I suppose that's probably likely. But okay, that makes sense though. I like that. Skirmish would fit that army well, as far as lore goes. Maybe it might be a little more powerful, but who cares? They've already said that these arcane journals aren't about being too powerful or helping your army if it's underpowered. It's about cool narrative. So there we go. As such, okay, there won't likely be a Tree Spirits army list. Could be to the thematically, aesthetically close to Sylvaneth range. Yeah, I could see that because that is the theme of the Sylvaneth. Let's focus on the elves. That said, like I said, I could see in the close combat army, like with Orion, having some of those old tree models coming back. Obviously, there's, the Dryads are still the same. Some of the bigger trees are still bigger tree lords and stuff are still the same, but there's the old ones too. They could bring those back. I just take Kurnoth models and use them on the right size bases. That I think they're better looking to me. But hey, if you like the old ones, hopefully they come back for you. But there you go. There's some old world rumors. So let's check out this map here. Lower Lorne Forest. Boom, there it is. I got some high elves going on here. What else? The Shrouded Isles. Okay, that makes sense. All right. We're good. And then the little logo here. That's a pretty cool logo. Is it Isha, maybe? Or maybe Ariel. It's sort of a logo, but nice. So possibly, we have this section being the one of the Wood Elf sections here. That'd be pretty cool. And Orion could literally just be anywhere. He's in the woods, so it could be this whole section we worry about, even though down here, Athelorn. Oh, okay, so that's just a Wood Elf symbol, so maybe that's a placeholder symbol. Still, hey, a little credence to the rules there, or credence to the rumors there. And that said, also, the map is back. So remember I did the video a little while back where I talked about all the changes to the map that came out. Nation of the Hobgoblicons. I never noticed that one before. Neat. Okay. The Red Abyss. Okay, anyway. That'd be the Goblin Wolf Riders, right? So the map went down for a while, came back, and there's supposedly some changes to it. I haven't dove too deep. Some folks have, but they said some stuff was removed near the bottom, which I assume would be more this stuff is maybe what was removed, because this was loaded up for sure. But hey, the map's back. I guess those videos are up. We saw a little sneak preview. But sure, go check out the map, because the one thing I'm looking at right now is, I have my high elves. I never really placed a location for them to arrive at. Because I did do the theme of them coming across the sea. So I have Sea Guard, I have White Lions that kind of played in really well with what's going on. I won't lie. No, I had no insider knowledge on this one. Yeah, I gotta figure out my narrative a little bit more solidly, I think, for my old ones. What is this? That's the Bitter Eyes. Oh, okay, neat. Okay, cool. Anyway, so there is that. So let's move on to the next news piece here. So we keep rolling on through. A little bit of competitive action. So, ITC 2025. And yes, we're not a competitive podcast. But I do help run events for Games Workshop. I do, even though I'm not the biggest fan of this current edition of Sigmar so far, I still enjoy seeing the competitive scene thrive. And there's a lot of cool stuff in here. It's just fun to talk about. So I did read through this one because it's pretty lengthy, just to kind of cover a little bit. But essentially, hey, we're making some adjustments. I think these all make sense from the side of the corporations. It is a bit of adjustment. Um, but the goal is to make competitive stuff easier, more accessible, less of a barrier. Hey, there's our good friend TJ Lanigan. Shout out to TJ, local friend and player, and amazing player because obviously Worlds he's there, or, not Worlds but championships. Um, yeah, like I said, the intended to make participants in hosting ITC events easier and more approachable for everyone. Most of the changes are live today, and the rest will roll out next few weeks. Obviously, if you go to the ITC Facebook page, if you're a TO competitive person, you're approved to be on there, which you should be able to. There's threads up now by Mike Brandt and Zach Rockner to help answer questions that may pop up. So here's the first major change. So the ITC season has changed. Essentially it used to be LVO. LVO was the end every single time, and then it'd pick up after that. It was the grand finale. Obviously, with the changes, if you scroll up right here, with Games Workshop essentially taking on the ITC, which we have all known about, they have decided to make the Warhammer Championships, that November event, the finale of the year. So they are backdating things. Obviously not with the awards happen, but they'll backdate everything probably, but like LVO, or I forget how it's going to work out. They'll figure it out. They're smart ones. We don't have to do anything if you're a TO or competitive play, but the Warhammer Championships will be the end of the ITC season, which I assume would mean we're going to do awards there at that, which makes it's going to be a very long award show. But ITC season will end there, as opposed to LVO. LVO, as it says, will still be an important part. It's still the biggest. It's amazing what it is. And they said, definitely check if you're of a mind to do it. Make sure you probably already seen more than enough of this, but definitely check out this as well as the Facebook page to see more. So yeah, which I'm excited. The World Championships of Warhammer has become huge. It's fantastic. It's fun to run, even though I'm on the grand narrative side. But it's so fun to see all these people playing, and they're all playing in a very good spirit. You can't ask for much more. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of quote unquote sweaty people going through it. So, first big change. Second, country rankings, golden tickets. They're expanding. They're changing things up. They're trying to add different weights because they've noticed a lot of between 30 and 40 people, and then 80 to 100 people. So, like, how can we make sure that those get tracked appropriately? Because that's the most common type of events that are being run. I think I also saw it was on the Facebook page, which go check out yourself if you matter. But I think the way it works, so like which country you're going to be able to represent when you go, is going to be based upon the country you play the most events in, or win the most events in to move on. That's how you'll be represented, just to prevent shenanigans. So if you're American and you fly over to, well, I'd say France, but you probably lose. Fly over to Sweden and you start crushing all those events. Guess what? You're going to represent Sweden. Just it's how it's going to work for now, from what I've seen. So interesting there. Obviously, I think they're going to keep the main core game systems. So Age of Sigmar, 40K, Underworld, Kill Team. I don't know if they've expanded past that yet. It'd be great if they could not necessarily spearhead, but Warhammer: The Old World, Horus Heresy, maybe. I think those should be core games now. Honestly, they're big enough. All right. Anyway, organizers, automated tokens, and official format templates. Approved TO program, you should be on there. Make sure you complete that stuff out. App apply if you're a TO. For Age of Sigmar, 40K, whatever have you. Definitely do so. Let's see, events, rankings, boosts, and linking your My Warhammer account. So this is kind of big, and I went through this process already. It was very easy to do. All right, last but not least, implement a next step in our partnership with Best Coast Pairings, making it easier for Warhammer fans to run and participate in events hosted by the platform. You can now log into Best Coast Pairings using your My Warhammer account. So log into Best Coast Pairings with your Best Coast Pairings account. Then go to the widgets, and I think it's identifications, and you can link your My Warhammer account. You just log into My Warhammer, connects it. It's a nice way to help, I guess, share the information. Maybe there'll be rankings on the My Warhammer. I mean, to me, this is the start of our tournament arc, everybody. Like every anime, whether it's Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, you reach that point, it's like, okay, we're doing filler episodes, we're having fun. tournament arc has begun. That's what this is going to be about. So yeah, this has me a little bit more motivated to try and compete a little more in these events. I'm still not going to be good at it. I'm going to be fully honest with you, but I like this change. It supports the competitive environment well. It can help make it very healthy and strong. What ITC started with them over there, and then GW picking up and running with it. I think it's a potential good thing. There's always the concern when a corporation takes over anything, but I trust who's in charge right now with it, with Mike and Zach and that team. Yes, because I'm friends with them and I work with them, full honesty, but they are Warhammer players and competitive Warhammer players first and foremost. So I think it's going to be a good thing for the next couple years for this. It's going to help grow the scene even more. So these changes get a few things streamlined, overall process. Like I said, and yeah, most importantly here, give them feedback. Let them know what you think. They're watching it. If something doesn't work, they will adjust and correct. But you have to let them know. So, and then if you want a little cheeky little bit here, this our Space Marine's been going through a lot, so ignore the cardboard and the strap there to keep the foot together. All right. Anyway, next bit of news. So, you guys, hold on. Let's come back here. Let's come back here. Oh no, that's not it. You guys know I'm a K Knight at heart. Wait, there it is. Reversed. Boom, right there. Terathi has two modes. High Elf in the Old World, Daughters of Cain and Age of Sigmar. Love them both. Thoroughly. Can't stop. If you release something Daughters of Cain focused, I love it. If you think something High Elf focused, I love it. So, what are we getting here? We're getting a little interview here with the new author of the Malineth Witchblade book, which, by the way, I saved this already. You got to keep a nice little collection of your favorite Dock and High Elf art pieces for sure. But I would say go read this for yourself for sure, mostly because it talks about Malineth. And in this story, I had something wrong. I thought this was going to be before Gotrek. This is after Gotrek. So we have confirmation that she has survived. And I think that's due in part to not just folks like me. There's plenty of folks out there that I know that were distraught when she was quote unquote killed off. So much so that I think they realized it. They're like, hey, let's give this character a spinoff. And like Ulrika from the old Gotrek and Felix books, she is worthy of her own story, and they're fleshing her out even more. And she was a very fleshed out character. Which I think is what this talks about here. Like, hey, she was a good character. It's really fascinating to see how she was. It helped a lot to her character was established. There was growth. Once again, that growth within it. And most importantly, what was really fascinating is in this whole article, it talked about how they're taking her back to her roots. So I think she's going to be in Ugul for part of this series, a specific place, but she's going to be amongst the other Canaanites. And they remember the original version of her, like the murderess, the prowess, even though she has adapted and changed due to Gotrek's influence. She makes bad choices. No, she makes good choices for bad reasons. She's naturally bad, but Gotrek has kind of shifted that personality. So now she's going back and seeing her flaws like thrown against her, probably in these cases, where she's now a much better of a person, because of Gotrek and her sacrifice ultimately to try and save him. So, yeah, super cool. I can't wait to the pre-orders are coming out here probably the day when this video comes out, but I've kit bashed a model for her, but now I get my own version of it. Yes, you better believe I'm camping that site. I will grab this and I will grab that book immediately. Yeah, and like I said, very focused on the realms. Like I said, and this is another reason why I'm excited to read. Like I love this character. I want to see more of her. So I'm gonna pick up the book. I'm probably gonna try and get the collector's edition. If not, I'll get the regular edition. But hey, I'm excited for it. I love Malineth. She's a great character. She absolutely deserves her own time in the sun, and have like and she's still connected. So it's gonna be fun like that. Yeah. So I'm Malineth Witchblade. I'm a fan. I can't wait to get the model and do that sort of fun stuff. And yeah, she'll be joining my daughter's Gain army fully. No doubt about that. Although they haven't said there's rules, so I don't know what she'll be, but it depends on the base size. All right, and last, but not least, we had a sudden Old World Almanac drop out of nowhere. I almost did a separate video on this, but work got busy, so I decided to throw it here at the end. Let's see what we got. I have not read this yet. I have prepped it, but I haven't read it yet. All right. Warhammer World Anniversary is always a wonderful weekend with lots going on. Special gaming, magnificent demonstrations, painting challenges, and more. This year, the anniversary weekend is on the 1st and 2nd of March, which March 1st, according to my dad, and I believe it, it's always the brightest day of the year, so enjoy that. Be in your head forever now. I say it's coinciding with the release of High Elf Realms Warhammer the Old World. The event team and was that a 2-week release? I must have missed that. Anyway, it comes out when it comes out. The events team and Warhammer Studio, shout out to the events team, Steve Wren, love you. Warhammer Studio put their heads together to see if they could come up with something special to mark the occasion, as well as games planned by the events team, including a return of Full Tilt, which you can click here. Those rules are out for free. Definitely join it. I really want to do that with my local club. Studio team created not 1, not 2, but 3 special scenarios. What's more, these scenarios can be downloaded, allowing all fans of Old World to join in for the fun, which great. Hey, love it. I want free scenarios. I'll take them. To be honest, I still mostly just play run up and kill, but I need to get more scenario work. So here we go. JTY coming in here hot. Wanted to create a set of scenarios that feed into the ongoing narrative of Old World, which can be played in after another or in isolation. We looked at the story of Friedel the Chainmaker, invasion of Westerland, and introduced the Arcane Journal's Warriors of Chaos. While Friedel's wolf ships crossed the Sea of Claws, they came perilously close to the Shrouded Isle, a stronghold of Ulthuan's naval might. We reasoned the marauding Norskins might be drawn to such a secretive place in search of treasures and glory. So the first one is Seize the Tower, which I have these pulled up. I will look at them here in a second with us together. It's designed for small armies of only 500 points. Includes rules for building such compact forces. Such small games can be very dynamic and needn't last especially long. Ideal for anyone attempting an anniversary weekend in Nottingham, or just your local game club. In this scenario, Sea Lord Aslan, commander of Ulthuan's navy, finds his outpost along the shores of Sea of Claws coming under increasing attack from the followers of Chaos. In response, armed patrols are dispatched to secure vital watchtowers, and the invading enemy are also keen to overrun. Next one is Upon Shrouded Shores. Second scenario caters to armies of around 2,000 points, the most usual size for a game of Warhammer the Old World. Followers of Friedel, the Chainmaker, land upon the shores of the Shrouded Isle, a mystical secretive place that hides a powerful elven garrison. While the High Elves muster in defense of their island, the invading marauders and Warriors of Chaos attempt to secure beachheads. To represent this, players must battle for control over a number of objectives. Interesting. Okay, you have my attention. As the game progresses, they can earn hefty victory points for each objective they control. You can get a sneak peek of the scenario being played right now over on Mini Wargaming YouTube channel. I'm going to go check that out after this. Neat. You know we have the scenario here. All right, Toppling of the Waystones. We know the third scenario had to be something a bit special, so we wrote one that replicated elements of a huge battle, one that allowed teams of players to participate, each commanding their own army. This battle forces a chaos struggle to topple the elven waystones that protect the Shrouded Isles and thwart enemy advances, whilst battalions of Sea Guard try to stop them. Confusion of fighting over a large mist-shrouded battlefield is felt because each player's army faces breakpoint alone. It means players have to work together to defend their allies, all while trying to secure and topple the elven waystones. Quite the challenge. Hope everyone is okay. Yep, and I'm excited. The year release, it's going to be amazing. If you're in Nottingham, it's going to be a very well ticketed event. It's good to know. So boom, back to me here real quick. That's fun. Free scenarios. I wish we kind of had that last one for the giant game we just played. I talked about at the way beginning of this show. But let's take a quick glance, because I downloaded them, but I haven't read them yet, of these 3 scenarios. Let me make sure I got it. There we go. So, boom. Seize the Tower. Following Friedel, the Chainmaker's invasion of the Wasteland. I see. Toot toot. 7-2. And the arrival of the foreign mercenaries upon Marienburg's docks. Sea Lord Aslan is forced to take action when the elves of the Shrouded Isles came under, increasing attack, blah, blah, blah. We know that. Okay. Historical recreation, if you want to be historical about it. So players should write 500-point muster list. One player should be High Elves. One should be Seaguard Garrison. The other one should be essentially the Warriors of Chaos Grand Army with the Wolves of the Sea. All right, but hey, you do what you want. That's what we do here. So minimum 2 units. Each player must include a minimum of 2 non-character units rather than the usual 3. Character limitations. No more than 125 points, 25%, on a single character. Unit limitation. Represent the small size of the event. 175 points on a single core unit. 150 points on a single special unit. And 125 points on a single rare or mercenary unit. 0 to X per 1,000 points in Warhammer the Old World. Units or options are limited to 0 to X per 1,000 points, with X being the number. This means that such options would not only be allowed when writing a 500-point muster list. Players may include a single such option. That might be a character. Okay, so anything that is within your army that you're bringing that is 0 to any number based upon army size, you can only do that once. So if I have a unit that can be, let's say I bring Tracy and Warhost. Okay, so I have the unit that can be ambushers or skirmish. I can only have one of those do that thing, from the way this sounds. Let's see. Alternatively, the scenario may be used armies of any faction. Yeah. Okay, so what we got here? Nice little deployments, nice little tower in the center, nice and easy. All right, so the scenario we played on Battlefield, 30 by 44. Okay, there we go. A special feature in the center of the watchtower, measuring no more than 5 inches at the widest point. Players roll off A, B. First turn in the scenario, the winner of the roll off chooses who takes first turn. Game length 5 battle rounds until one side concedes. Which smaller points, maybe it could be very quick. All right, victory. Victory points can usually do it. However, due to the small size of the armies fighting this battle, number of victory points can be one varies. The king is dead. Win by 50 victory points. Trophies of war, win by 25. Additionally, player wins another 25 if the enemy battles. Okay, so you can see it here. So this is essentially how to win the game. But still, I love it. It's fun. Next up was that upon Shrouded Shores. So we'll skip the narrative again. This is the we'll skip the historical attacker defender because you're probably gonna play it with not those armies. This is the 2,000 point as opposed to the 500 point. So 2,000 points. Place terrain is described in Warhammer the Old World. Represent forces of chaos trying to secure a beachhead. Place 3 objective markers, each represented by a miniature diorama accompanying a 40mm round base after the battlefield has been set up, but before deployment begins. They must be no more than 3 inches away from any terrain feature or anything like that. So yeah, a little 40mm base, poker chip. You could kit bash it up, make it look really cool. I might do some high elf type things. If I feel froggy and want to play this, because I kind of do. Because just the thought of an objective play is kind of new and exciting. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to give this a go. All right, deployment. Defender deploys their entire army anywhere in defender's deployment, and then the attacker. Scenario: defenders will automatically take the first turn. Game length. Battle's last round. Random number of turns to one side concedes, starting at the 4th battle round on a d6 at the end of each round. Add a number as you go on. Totals 8 or less on those that the battle continues for at least one more round. Roll a d6. So okay, so interesting. Okay. So scenario: subjective, controlling objectives end of each turn. An objective marker controlled by a single core unit. It's within 6 inches in the unit strength of 10 or more. It's not fleeing. Yada yada. No stupidity. If 2 or more eligible units are within 6 inches, you choose the closest one. Unit with the higher strength or the higher strength. However, if 2 or more eligible enemy units are equally close to the objective marker, it's contested. Okay. Victory. Once battles, use victory points. For each beach objective, you get 50 victory points. If you control the garrison, which is the center, it's 100 victory points. So very cool. Very fun. Now we kind of know a good way to base point scoring if we want to make our own custom scenarios, which I know people out there probably have already, but hey, now we can even more. All right, and the last one, toppling of the Waystones. Let's see. This is a multiplayer, 2 or more players on each side. Or no, and such scenario is ideal for teams of 2 or more players. Okay, yeah, so you get 2 players, 3 players, which we'll probably do 3-player games version of this. Everyone brings 2,000 points. Each defending player should write 2,000 point muster list. Yeah, use it for whatever you want. Place terrain is normal. For each additional 2,000 point muster list on each side. Oh, so you can have interesting. So you could have 4 against 2 possibly. Interesting. Okay. Increase the size of the bait. Okay, perfect. Defender deploys the entire army anywhere in the defender zone. Then defenders go first. The battle lasts 6 rounds until every army on one side has reached its breakpoint or until one side concedes. Oh boy. Okay. Arcane Conduit. Special rules. Or scenario special rules. Elven Waystones harness direct winds. Let's look at the map a little more. Elven Waystones in the center. Okay. The Elven Waystones harness and direct the winds of magic, power with which a wizard can augment their spells. At a price, of course. When a wizard within 12 inches of a Waystone can cast +1 to its modifier. However, if it's miscast, the wizard suffers -2 when rolling the miscast table. Okay. Cloying Mist. The mists that protect the Shrouded Isles are conjured by Elven Waystones and the air around them. Any model that targets a unit that's within 12 inches of Elven Waystone suffers -1 to hit. Like that. Breakpoint. Each 2,000 point army in the scenario has a breaking point. This is equal to a quarter, 25%, of the total unit strength of that army at the start of the game. Calculate the breakpoint, add together the unit strength of every unit, including characters, and muster, and yada yada. With each model removed casualty play, each unit is destroyed. Yeah, it's broken. You lose a nerve, all that sort of stuff. Units pursued and fleeing off the enemy battlefield, or units held and reserved. Yeah, okay, anyway. Sorry. Victory. Once battles ended, the victory points to determine which player is the winner, as described on War of the Old World. In addition, Elven Waystone player, whoever controls it gets 250 victory points, which is could swing, but in bigger game, there's a lot more victory points going around. So, yeah, let's close all those tabs. Close all tabs. There we go. Boom. Back to me. So yeah, that's all the news I had. So we had ITC update. We had Wood Elf rumors. We had nice little Monolith Witchblade interview going on, and then just 3 scenarios for Warhammer: The Old World, which I can't wait to go play. And to be fair, if you took a whole day, you could probably play all those scenarios across with a good club, and you all know what you're doing. So yeah, so I hope everyone out there is having a good time with Old World, Sigmar, whatever game you're playing right now, 40k. Lots of fun stuff ahead. I hope you all got what you wanted for the High Elf pre-orders. And then, yeah, just keep waiting. Like next week, Neil and I will be back with lots of High Elf talk, talking lists. And then in a couple weeks, we'll probably be full review of the High Elf army as well as the Arcane Journal. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this little bit of a rambly episode, covering news and such. But yeah, until next time, everybody, stay Stormcast strong, and happy hobbying. Bye bye.